Donald Trump just picked Scott Bessent to be Treasury Secretary, which will make Scott Bessent the highest ranking openly gay man to ever serve in the history of the United States of America, which completely puts to rest that whole tired narrative that Trump is going to be taking rights from a certain group of people. I don't know how this took a hold, because if you look back on Trump's history, first of all, in 2016, Trump was the first ever presidential candidate to say on the campaign trail that he was openly pro-gay marriage. Even Barack Obama said on the campaign trail that marriage should be between a man and a woman. Donald Trump also, how many gay weddings has he hosted at Mar-a-Lago? Why can't I talk today? He's hosted a lot. He also appointed Rick Grinnell, the first openly gay cabinet member to ever serve in Washington, D.C. It was Donald Trump's Supreme Court that made sexual orientation a part of Title IX so that you cannot discriminate against that in the workplace. And it was Donald Trump's administration that was fighting to decriminalize homosexuality in the Middle East. So these are a lot of things that people do not bring up because that would be rather inconvenient to that narrative that Trump is going to take away all the rights. He's not going to take away rights. In fact, he actually gave more to that entire community, and he has been one of the most liberal presidents ever to serve on this issue. Liberal in the appropriate way. Not the I scratched that last part.
You guys are funny. The Democrats are funny.
Yes, I didn't expect to see this. I'm in shock. Whoopi Goldberg unexpectedly shut down co-host attempt to fearmonger about Trump before he even takes office. I don't know if you've seen that video. I'm actually in shock because Whoopi Goldberg acted here in a way that everyone on social media is talking about this video. We have not seen this before. Throughout here, we have seen how they just agree on the same thing, spewing hate against Trump. Now they wanted to continue to spew this. Oh, Trump will do this. I don't know what will happen. I don't know the outcome. Whoopi Goldberg erupted and shut everything down. It was amazing to see. Let me not talk much. I'm going to play this video so you can see exactly what actually happened.
God's honest truth, I kind of always thought Trump would win until maybe the final days just because it felt like Kamala Harris had this real momentum. But the signs were there. And I have a very diverse friend group, family, like people who vote different ways. And I have felt like there was a yearning in this country that people wanted Donald Trump back. And the most common thing I heard this entire election cycle was, I don't like his personality, I don't like the way he talks, but my life was better when he was in office. And I'm in this position where I feel a bit unburdened by what has been. I'm going to wait and see. He's not been sworn in yet. I'm somebody who probably agrees with 75% of his policies. If he focuses on creating jobs, on bringing down the cost of living, securing the border in a responsible way, and being tough on America's adversaries, I'm all for it. What doesn't mean we're not going to call balls and strikes when he does things that are beyond the pale or he uses words that are offensive to people, then be ready to call that out. But I just think I'm kind of shying away from this sort of apocalyptic, it's all, we need to be like losing sleep over it. The American system of government is strong. It's held. There are checks and balances, even if my party's in control of the House, the Senate, and the presidency. And I think we should I root for America, so I root for a smart, serious Donald Trump presidency.
So I think what we're all saying is we're going to sit and watch. We're going to wait and see because we can't do anything else except.
I'm not going to wait and see. I mean, this guy is told us he's a retribution. He's going to be a dictator.
Doing like
There's nothing to be done until you know what you're fighting. It's pissing in the wind doesn't help. You just get a wet face.
But I mean, what I'm saying is I have no false expectations that at 78 he's going to all of a sudden turn into another human being. And I'm not going to spend. I spent weeks telling people that he was apocalyptic. I'm not going to change now because it's still the same man.
Not treating every single thing like
I think that's when we lose credibility.
Well, here's the thing: you lose credibility in many different ways. If you don't know what you're talking about and you accuse him of something, then they're going to blow it back. That's why I say we need to wait and see exactly what you're going to do.
Trump was president for 4 years. Nothing happened. The economy was better, people were happy, and these same people took a decision to see vote for him because under him they were living happy. Under Biden, everything was worse, or everything is worse. When you look at the view, struggling to look at the future differently, how can you say somebody is bad when you have not seen what he has in package for you? Be patient enough to observe before you start making comment. This is the same strategy they use, and Kamala she didn't win the election because of this. They started creating this, putting panic in people's mind, fear mongering. Oh, Trump Project 2020. Oh, this one. From one after another, it didn't work because people are wise. Now, Whoopi Goldberg struggling to educate this lady Anna. Like, she has been spreading a lot of this. Throughout during that campaign, it is time to move on. Do other things.
I, too, was quite liberal during my college years, as we all are. I mean, American institutions are essentially left-wing indoctrination camps, and we know this to be true. You go in, you are inundated with left-wing orthodoxy, and you exit much more liberal than before. We all know this to be true. But then I started thinking, I started noticing many inconsistencies. Why does the media say that he hates the middle class when he established the largest middle class tax cuts in history, when the median middle class income was up $5,000? Trump. Why do they claim he's some kind of racist when those claims had never been made before he ran for president? And then he's only ever accomplished wonderful things for minorities. Lowest ever poverty rates for Asian Americans, Black Americans, Latino Americans, and women. Highest ever employment rates for women, Latino Americans, Black Americans, Asian Americans. Why do the same celebrities who used to fawn over him, love him, adore him, suddenly think that he's the Antichrist? I'm talking Oprah, Ellen, Joy Behar, Whoopi Goldberg, Mika from MSNBC. They all loved him, and then suddenly they're instructed that he's literally Satan.
Be clear here. You have Project 2025, which is a piece of paper.
Oh,
No. But wait, they put lifetime benefits on housing, which means that if you hit them, you're homeless. So there are things in this budget that are non-discretionary, David, that you talked about, that this administration has embraced, which is why they put Russ Vought in charge of this whole enterprise to effectively eradicate things that you think are inviolable, but in fact are very much in the scope of what Donald Trump ran on.
Yeah, Jim, where's Daniel Dale when we need? Where's Daniel Dale when we need him, buddy? This is a Snopes moment. Donald Trump has disavowed Project 2025.
He put
Julie,
Russ
just listen
Vought
for a
in
second.
charge.
Julie,
David, I appreciate you bringing up. I appreciate you bringing up Daniel Dale. We'll have him on sometime soon. I hope. I don't know. He might be off having turkey somewhere.
Listen,
which probably
Joey,
would be
stop. Jim, you need to say
David,
that Project 2025, the Trump administration, you need to acknowledge. Jim, you need to acknowledge that Donald Trump has disavowed Project 2025.
He put the architect of Project 25
I was just about
in
to
charge
say,
of OMB.
Right, David, I was just about to say, Donald Trump out on the campaign trail time and again disavowed Project 2025.
I believe you've seen that lady. She's regretting, what she used to think about Trump, but along the way, she has changed her mentality about him after doing her research. Now, looking at CNN, this lady is still there spewing this. Even after the campaign, election is over. They cannot move on. They will still continue to say this. Oh, Project 2020. It's crazy. Wait and observe if Trump will do that. Don't sit here and spew this. It has been debunked over and over more than how many times these people cannot give up. They want to carry this and enter 2028. It didn't help them to win the elections. What is the essence? To spread something that didn't help you. If it helped them, yeah, we go understand. Now, they want to click into all the lies they spread. It's annoying sometimes when I see Libras doing this.
I think that politics has substituted religion to some extent. People have almost like this religious zealotry toward their political beliefs. And when that happens, it's really difficult to have a conversation with someone without it immediately devolving into allegations of bad faith, of lying, deception, all sorts of things. And so maybe that's part of it. But honestly, I didn't really notice this as an issue in America until Donald Trump was running for president and then after he got elected as president. And I am 1,000,000% guilty of honestly allowing him to kind of break my brain for a little bit because I saw him as such a significant threat.
I decided to summarize some of these issues on these single videos because I don't like to create multiple videos or make it too long. Sometimes it can be boring. Thank you guys for always being there, sharing out my videos. God bless you abundantly.
309, Tulsi Gabbard added to Donald Trump's cabinet. Also with a
theory that a lot of people seem to be coalescing around.
They were too woke, insisting that people use the term Latinx.
You have to say they. No, you have to do this.
Stop with the virtue signaling.
Step away from woke. Focus less on who is woke and more on who is broke.
Attorney for something.
I've never seen that.
I saw so many liberals getting super excited every time Kamala had a new celebrity endorsement. But we all know for a fact that these celebrity endorsements are not free.
Oh, is it true that they paid you $1 million for the endorsement for Kamala?
Not true.
Now
it's time to unite everybody.
I want you to know what would change after doing this.
Comes out against Trump.
I don't care if they write that.
So, with that, I'm going to shake it off.
Figure out a way to say thank you.
That guy's name, he's such an absolute prick. I can't stand him. But anyway,
Hey there. Not doing great. Terrible night last night. It was a terrible night.
What will the rest of us be doing on day one?
Bishop Vigano, he says that
the election
color. I was so hopeful that
Gates previously dismissed allegations.